Hey everyone, this is Mihir Menon, and I'll be your teacher for this four-part series on how to build a lay LD case. This first video will be a quick overview on some big picture skills that we need to pay attention to, as well as an overview of what an LD case looks like, a lay one, and we'll look forward to the next videos of this series. So first, what does it mean to be lay, or what does a lay judge look like, and what do we need to pay attention to? So lay judges fall into two buckets. They're either a parent that has very little experience with the debate, or they're a very traditional LD coach that cares a lot about story over the amount of points you give. With our lay judges, we need to pay attention to three things. The first is clarity over speed. We need to shorten our arguments so that we can say them in a slow way, enunciating all our words so that we're very, very clear. This may mean having to cut one or two arguments from your case to make it easy to say in a slow manner. Secondly, we want our cases to be very easy to understand content-wise. So we can't always say the most technical, content-dense things in our lay cases. Instead, we want to go for very intuitive points that we can say in a very, very simple fashion. Thirdly, we want to focus especially on ethos and pathos. Pathos means appeal to emotions, and ethos means appeal to credibility. So that means tailoring our language to be very emotional, rhetorical, and making sure to establish the credibility of our evidence a lot more. Let's now go over a quick overview of what a case has within it. And the reason why I put AF in parentheses in the title is because we will need to edit this a little bit when we go over what a negative case means. So in our AF or neg cases, we always want to restate the resolution. So in this current LD topic, the March-April 1 of 2023, that would look like, I affirm the resolution resolved, the justices of the Supreme Court of the United States ought to be term limited. After we restate the resolution, we want to go over some framing. And framing consists of your definitions, your observations, and your framework with your value and your value criterion. With definitions, you want to do two things. First, define key terms that a judge may not know. Or you want to define terms in a strategic fashion that will make a win much easier. And similarly with observations, we also want to be very strategic. We want to observe things that will frame the debate very favorably, or if your opponent drops the observation, we want our observations to be very, very, very usable to win the debate. And lastly, in our framing, we have our framework. Our framework has our value criterion, and we want our value and our value criterion to be very easy to understand. So no, very complex philosophy. What we want are simple values and value criterions like morality and maximizing societal welfare, or justice and minimizing structural violence, or maximizing equality. You get the point. No very complicated framework like Rawlsian justice or cosmopolitanism or constitutionalism. We want simple, intuitive, easy to understand frameworks. But the reason why I bold contentions is in our 2 to 3 contentions, that's the number I recommend. This is where you're going to win the debate. These are the substantive points you make, and while framing is important, parents care a lot about these substantive points. These are the points you use in your last speeches. These are the points that really matter. After your contentions, you have a rhetorical conclusion or call to action, something like, Judge, in order to protect democracy by ensuring apolitical courts, I strongly urge an affirmative ballot. Now, let's look forward to what this 4-part series will contain. In our next video, we'll cover framing. In the third video, we'll cover contentions. And then we'll go over how to apply these skills a little bit differently to the negative side. Again, this is Mihir Menon, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next video about framing.